Okay, so in today's live video, I am going to be talking about what to do when your Facebook ads aren't working, 9 reasons why they're maybe not working, and what you can do to fix the problem. When I say not working, I mean seriously not working. Like your ads, they're not underperforming. You literally cannot spend $1. Your ads are not doing anything. They might look like they're live, but they are doing absolutely nothing for you or your business, and you do not know where to turn or what to do next. So I'm going to share with you, firstly, a story, because this happened to me last week. Last week, I was firstly locked out of my own ad account. I was no longer an admin. And then even when I got access again, I couldn't make a single ad in my account spend $1. Not $1. It was so frustrating. I had massive budgets against all of the ads, and I was spending like 5 Rand in an entire day. And for a business like mine that is heavily dependent on Facebook ads, and that is, my main channel for new customers and growth, it was really, really frustrating. So I went through each of the 9 things I'm going to share with you in my search for what the issue was and how to fix it. Okay, so the very first reason why your ads might not be working is an obvious one, which is that they're not on. So for some of you who might be relatively new at Facebook ads, you have 3 levels for your ads. You have your Facebook campaign, you have your ad sets, which are your audiences and your placements, and then you have the ads themselves, which are your creatives and copy. You need to make sure that they are on, so the little toggle is to green at every single one of those 3 levels. Okay, once that's right, and I'm sure you guys all can say yes to that, then the second reason they might not be working is because they've been rejected by Facebook. So Facebook has gotten even more stringent, very stringent, I would say, on ad approvals in the last even 6 months specifically. They've really cracked down. So Facebook might reject your ad for a number of reasons. The first and most obvious is if your ad content is against their policy. So Facebook has really clamped down on any ads that talk about tobacco products, about diet supplements, weapons, fake documents, get rich quick schemes, get skinny quick schemes, even though we'd all love those. Even policies that include their brand name. So if you're running ads that use the words Facebook or the words Instagram, really cracked down on those. So if you are operating in a category or an industry that you think that Facebook might have an issue with advertising, even cryptocurrency, then first step is just check out the Facebook policy. If they do have an issue with it, then what it would come down to is changing your image and your wording. For example, a lot of my videos were getting rejected by Facebook, even though they'd been running for a few months to different audiences. Suddenly one day they were all rejected and were no longer running or spending. And the reason was that in the video, not even in a caption, in the video I was using the word Facebook, and so this had flagged to them and they'd taken my ads down. So what I did is I re-recorded all the videos using the term social media instead of Facebook and putting them quickly back up. Hi Karen, thanks for tuning in. So if you think you are against the policy, firstly check it if you think that could be the reason, and change your wording and change the image to until it's approved. There's a few other reasons that it might get rejected. One is even because of the landing page. So if the quality of your image or the quality of your video is not good, Facebook will reject it, but they'll give you a reject reason. This carries through to your landing page. So if the destination of your ad is low quality, then they'll also take your ad down. I again had this. I was using an image on my landing page that was quite pixelated, and I'd kind of like used paint literally to wipe out part of the text so I could also use it for an ad. It was low quality, but it looked authentic, and for me sometimes it's those more authentic, it looks like a real person has taken this rather than it's a branded photo shoot. But Facebook had flagged this image and said it's too low quality, they don't want their ads going there. So if you're not spending, perhaps your ads have been rejected. So check policies and check quality of the ad and the landing page. Okay, the third reason why your ads might not be working or spending anything is because your account spending limit has been reached. This is something that most people don't actually know you have. But what it is when you set your ads up, you set a daily spend or a lifetime spend cap, which after which you want Facebook to stop spending for you. What a lot of us also have is an account spending limit, which you get to through your ads manager into your settings, your payment settings. You'll see there a section called account spending limit. Here is where you can say, I never want my account to spend more than this amount. If your ads aren't working, go and check here and you can delete your spending limit or increase it, and then it should start spending for you again and your ads should turn back on. Okay, so there are, I guess, more administrative reasons why your ads might not be performing. Now, if we speak more specifically about the setup of your ads themselves. So the fourth reason why they might not be working is because you've put in the wrong objective or an objective that is too hard for Facebook to track. So, for example, most of my ads are aimed at getting leads. So that is someone going to my thank you page, entering their details, going to my landing page, entering their details, going to my thank you page. And I say to Facebook, when someone gets to that thank you page, count them as a lead. When I do that, my ads perform very well. When I instead say to Facebook, my objective is a purchase, and to get to a purchase, there's multiple steps for a person. They go to the landing page, they submit their details, they get a confirmation email, then maybe they join a masterclass, maybe they go back to my website, then they navigate through and then ultimately purchase. This can firstly take longer than a week, which is Facebook's standard tracking period. And secondly, there's a lot of steps that you could potentially lose the cookie, the tracking pixel on for Facebook. And if this happens, it indicates to Facebook that no one's hitting that objective and therefore that your ads don't work, and then they could stop spending for you. So when you pick an objective, pick something that is soon or immediate. When someone leaves your ad, this is what they then go to do. Okay, the fourth potential reason related to your ad that they're not spending is that you have too much text in your image. So Facebook used to have a blanket rule where you couldn't have more than 20% text on the images for your ads. This has now been relaxed. They generally won't be outright rejected if your text on the image is larger than that. What I mean by that is literally covering 20% of the space on the banner with text. But Facebook will demote it. So if you post an ad with copy, then firstly it will perform worse. You're likely going to spend more for the same result as you would without that text. But also if you stretch the boundaries too far and the ad starts underperforming anyway, then it could result in your ad just not being shown to anyone. So if you're running ads with too much text, revisit it and just take the text off. Use the heading for the text. That's what it's there for. Okay. Next is that your audience is too small. So if you are targeting, right into your niche and your audience is under, 100,000 or even 50,000, you could have saturated that audience very quickly with your spend, and then it's too small for Facebook to show it again to. Or maybe you've just started out with a small audience. Facebook has an inbuilt rule where your ad can't be shown to the same person more than twice in a day, or more than 4 times if they're following your page. So if the audience is too small, then you're going to hit that rule really quickly, and then there's no one else left to show the ad to, and so it won't be shown to anyone. If this is the case for you, go back to your audience, revisit it, see who you can add in. Can you, extend the location if you're targeting a city, add the surrounds? Can you add additional cities? If it's a custom audience and it's behavioral based, can you extend the length of time? Instead of saying someone that's visited my website in the last week, you might say in the last month. So try and build out that audience a bit to at least over the 100,000 follower mark so you don't run into that problem. Okay, I'm rushing through these 9. Took me a lot longer to go through these when my ads manager wasn't working. Okay, the next is if your bid is too low. And actually, I'll combine the next 2. If your budget is too small or your bid is too low. So you need to have a daily budget of at least, say, $5 or 50 Rand if you are running more than one ad, even if you're running one ad. What happens if your budget is too small is if Facebook can't deliver one result to you for the amount of budget that you've set, then it will again look to them like it's underperforming. So, you know, if a lead on average costs you 60 Rand and you've said 50 Rand in a day, then Facebook will have days, and you will have days, where you're achieving 0 results, which again looks like your ad is not performing. Maybe it is, it's just performing really slowly. But what you'd want to do is then increase that budget per day. If you don't have a lot of budget, and I was discussing it this morning with my members, what you can do is front load. This is where you take your whole budget for, say, the month, and you spend it all in a week, so that you can maximize the days you are running the ads, you can get good learnings, and then you can turn them off and track people through your website, through your emails, to ultimately see if they buy, learn from that, and then turn on again the next month. So up your budget if that's perhaps a problem. The second part to that is if your bid is too low. So Facebook ads work on a bidding system. You are essentially trying to pay more or outbid other people who are trying to put their ad in front of the same audience as you. So whoever bids the most or has the best quality ad is the one that will be shown over the other one, which is why I was talking about, you know, text in the image, quality of the image, etc. So this you will want to look into if you have a fixed bid. So for some people on Facebook, you might be saying, I only ever want to bid 20 Rand for a lead, or, you know, 2 Rand or 20 cents for my ad to be shown to someone. If you have a fixed bid like that, and then there's increased competition for your audience, so more other people running ads are bidding more, then your ad won't be shown. So what you can do is, if you think that might be the issue, is remove the fixed bid and instead just say to Facebook, bid for me at the lowest cost, which you do in your ad set. Okay. Number 9, why your ads might not be showing, is if they're just not relevant to your audience. So you've set up an ad, you're trying to target an audience, perhaps they've been running well, and then suddenly, dramatically, you see a drop off and your ads won't spend. What you want to do is look in your dashboard in Ads Manager at your relevancy score. And if this score is really low, and it carries again through from your ads to your landing page, if it's really low, it means that your audience is not interested in what you're offering. So Facebook calculates this with a lot of unknown factors, but they look at your ads when they're shown to people. Are people engaging with them or not? If they're not, then your relevancy will gradually get lower and lower. When it reaches a certain low point, you know, like a 2 or a 3, then it's likely they won't want to show your ads anymore. That might be why they're not showing. Okay, so that was my quick lowdown on the 9. What actually happened to me was, when my ads manager stopped working, I couldn't get it fixed. I was on chat and support to Facebook's support team for 3 days straight. Literally, I would not let them off the chat, and they couldn't figure out what the issue was. I've tried all of these 9 tips and there was just nothing. So I quickly set up a new ad account under a friend's profile, gave myself admin access, reset up my best ads to stop from losing, you know, days of performance for my business. And then one day randomly support emailed me and said it's all fixed. So I replied to them and was like, you know, what was the issue for future reference? And they said, it's a technical glitch, we can't disclose more information. So I can't tell you more, but try the 9 tips that I've just shared if your ads really aren't working. And if they're not working after that, then jump onto support. It is slow, but they do eventually get back to you with a solution. Hope that's helped. See you tomorrow for another live. See ya.